What's up, Nerdyverse? I'm Daddy Louie, and in this video, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid character pack, Bulk and Skull. So stick around. Before we get started, if you're new to our channel and you want to see more content like this, start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. I also want to remind everyone that we are still running a giveaway over on our YouTube channel. All you need to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment in this video or any of our specially marked videos, and that's it. If you need more information, I will leave a link for you guys to check out. If you're not a huge Power Ranger fan, or you've just been sleeping under a rock for the past 20 years, Bulk and Skull are two characters that are side characters in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and they continue on through a few of the other series and then have cameos throughout all of the other shows pretty much. And they were originally meant to be a comic relief. They were bullies. They would bully the teenagers when they weren't Power Rangers and stuff like that. But eventually they became more important characters, I guess you could say. You know, they kind of straightened up. They tried to discover who the Power Rangers were. You know, they were always that tag team comic relief, like, you know, I get like Jesse and James from Pokemon and things like that. But anyway, in 2016, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers annual issue of the comic book, Bulk and Skull actually finally got their day as Power Rangers. The Power Rangers were captured by one of the monsters, and so Zordon and Alpha call on Bulk and Skull to become Power Rangers. Bulk becomes the Purple Power Ranger, and Skull becomes the Orange Power Ranger. And what Renegade Studios has done for Heroes of the Grid is they have brought those comic book characters to life. So this was originally, well, not originally, it is currently what they're considering a con and web exclusive. You can get it at conventions, but you can also get it on their website. I'll leave a link in the video description for you to go check it out. But it won't be available retail. It won't be available in stores. So the only place you'll be able to get it is at conventions or on their website. So I'm really excited about this. This is the first non-Kickstarter Heroes of the Grid item that I've gotten. So if you'll join me on the table, we'll go check it out. All right, so the first thing we got here, obviously, is the box art. All of this art, from what I can see, is all directly from the comic book. These two images here and this image as well. The box itself is pretty tiny. It's the smallest of all the boxes for Heroes of the Grid that I've seen so far. On the back, it has just a little bit of information and kind of shows you the components of what you get. Once we get the box open, we see some flyers from Renegade Studio. This is their 2019 fall catalog. Just kind of shows you what all games they have. And then there's a Power Ranger specific for Heroes of the Grid. Just kind of talks about all of the stuff that is currently available for the game. And then, of course, we have the inside. So you have your characters, your cards, and then there's more cards down there at the bottom. So the miniatures themselves are awesome, just as good as the miniatures that you get in the base game. Let me focus this a little bit here. On Bulk here, you can see like his gut is hanging out over his or out of his shirt, which is you see in the comic as well. And all the details are there that you would expect from these miniatures. I like his pose. I like his color. If you didn't want to paint him, he's exactly the color you want him to be. I, of course, will be painting him up, so stay tuned for that. And then Skull, definitely a goofier pose than Bulk's. And he's got his signature handkerchief here around his neck. And then on the back, his pants are kind of coming down a little bit. And you can kind of see his underwear. So that'll be a little opportunity there to paint a couple of different spots that are not Power Ranger uniform specific, I guess you could say. But these two miniatures are great quality. Let me know in the comment section down below which of these two you'd like to see a painting video for. First, I will definitely be painting these up and putting a video up on YouTube for you guys. The last thing that we have here in the box is their cards, their character cards, Zord cards, and their deck cards, which I will show you all of those. So first we've got Bulk. He is the Mighty Morphin Purple Ranger. His ability, Big Bully. Once per battle, you may verbally insult one enemy card, then discard one card from your hand to deal 1 damage to that enemy card. So you can kind of see like the funny flavor here, but still a good ability, you know. The same thing with Skull. Skull has, he is Mighty Morphin Orange. He has an ability called Wingman. Once per battle, when another ranger defeats an enemy card, you may offer them a high five. If they accept, that ranger may choose 1 card from their discard pile and return it to the bottom of their deck. So he's very support-oriented with his ability. Again, it's kind of a goofy, fun card, but at the same time still very useful and definitely something you want to consider taking in your game. And both of them do have Zords. Bulk has the Bacon Don, and Skull has the Feather Dactyl, and you can see their abilities there. Bulk's is exhaust this card. When any ranger suffers damage, to increase that damage by 1, then deal 3 damage to an enemy card of your choice. So some pretty cool direct damage that you need in a pinch. And then with Skull, exhaust this card to allow any ranger to choose any number of cards from their discard pile and return them to the bottom of their deck. That ranger must then discard an equal number of cards from the top of their deck. Again, another supportive card offered up by Skull. And these are fun, light cards. The art is fantastic. But again, they're all super useful in a game. So it's not like they gave you these characters to just kind of laugh at. They're definitely good enough to consider taking in one of your games. For Bulk's deck, first card, 2 copies, is Big Pig Energy, 0 cost, 1 shield. Gain 1 energy the next time you perform an attack during this battle. Add 2 dice to that attack. After you play this card, place it on top of your deck instead of discarding it. You get 1 copy of Cockroach Combo. It is a 1 cost, 1 shield, 2 dice attack. Another ranger may discard 1 card from their hand to add 2 dice to this attack. If that card is named Cockroach Combo, add 4 dice instead. So there must be another copy of this card inside of Skull's deck as well. I'll put that off to the side. You get 2 copies of Fight Dirty, 0 cost, 2 shields. Play this card when another ranger suffers damage to increase the damage by 1. Then roll 2 dice and deal that much damage to an enemy card of your choice. So it's similar to, it's kind of like a little mini Bacon Dawn ability. They kind of have the same flavor, I guess you could say. But this is a dice attack, whereas Bacon Dawn is direct damage. You get 2 copies of those. You get 2 copies of Fist Bump Strike. 1 energy, 2 shield, 3 dice attack. Offer a fist bump to another ranger in your location. If they accept, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of that ranger's choice. Pretty cool. 2 copies of Hip Cheek. Hip Check. 0 cost, 3 shield, 3 dice attack. After you resolve this attack, suffer 1 damage for each 0 result rolled. So that is kind of high risk, high reward. It doesn't cost any energy for a 3 dice attack, which is really, really strong because they normally cost 2, I believe, to do. And this costs nothing. But obviously you're going to take damage if you roll poorly. So, and then last but not least, Power Bomb. It is 2 energy, 3 shield. It is a 2 dice attack. After you resolve this attack, flip this card onto the combat sequence from the height of at least 12 inches. When it lands, deal 3 damage to each enemy card it touches. So, kind of a quirky card, but very, very useful, especially if it hits. So, yeah, I like this card a lot, actually. Alright, for Skull's deck, you have 2 copies of Chansey Chop. It is a 0 cost, 2 shield, 2 dice attack. Before rolling, choose evens or odds. If the number of hit results you roll matches your choice, gain an energy and return this card to your hand instead of discarding it. This is a great card. It has no disadvantages, so I can see this being played an awful lot in game. Here is that other copy of Cockroach Combo that we saw from Skull's deck or Bulk's deck, and they do the same thing. So that's a really nice combo when playing both characters together. You get 2 copies of Fight or Flight. It is 0 cost, 2 shield. Play this card when a ranger suffers damage to flip a coin. If heads, deal 2 damage to enemy card of your choice. If it's tails, reduce the damage by 2. Awesome support card. Again, no risk, just rewards there. You get 2 copies of Finger Guns. Love the art on that. It is a 0 cost, 1 shield attack special. Point at 1 or 2 enemy cards and say pew pew. This attack deals 2 damage divided as you choose between those enemy cards. Super fun card. Again, still very useful. 2 copies of High Five Strike. It is a 1 cost, 3 shield, 1 dice attack. Offer a high five to another ranger in your location. If they accept, that ranger may immediately play 1 card, reducing its energy cost by 1. So this is very similar to his natural power with the high five wingman here, but he gets to do it and from his deck, which is pretty cool. And then finally, Power Nap, 2 cost, 3 shield, maneuver, roll 5 dice for each hit. Any ranger can choose 1 card from their discard pile to return it on top of their deck. This is a fantastic support card. You're going to want to see this a lot when you're playing. And yeah, I like this one a lot. Goofy art on that as well. So overall, I would say that Bulk and Skull are actually pretty useful rangers. They're not to be overlooked when taking in a game. I would definitely consider taking both of them as opposed to just one, just because of that 1 combo card is really, really strong together. So depending on how many rangers you're playing with or what role you need to fill, I can see one or both of these being extremely useful in, any game that you play. Alright guys, well that is just a quick look at Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid character pack for Bulk and Skull. I'm pleasantly surprised at how much fun they look. They remind me a lot of the Unbroken, expansion that came out for Magic way back when, with the goofiness and the little micro things you can do in the game, high five, pointing at the cards, flipping a coin and things like that. But these guys actually seem pretty useful and kind of strong and powerful to play in the game. So I can't wait to do that, and I hope you guys will check it out as well. And if you guys have actually played with these guys already, let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts are. If you found this video fun or helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us out a lot. Make sure that you share it with your friends. I do plan on painting both of these characters and making videos for them. Let me know in the comments down below which one you'd like to see first. If you have any suggestions for our channel, let us know that as well. If you're interested in being a content creator, if you have any videos you would like featured on our page, please let us know. Leave a comment down below or hit us up on one of our social media platforms, because we would absolutely love to hear from you guys. Anyway, nerds, that's all from me. I'll see you guys in the next video.